Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris Man. As always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. Today, until Monday, till Monday, probably Monday morning, this offer is going to stay in effect. And as you guys know, I learned how to play the rhythm guitar course. And how that started was, I just started to post some stuff on my channel that I know how to play, being a professional musician, to help other musicians. As far as in the musician community, we share information, we help each other. You know the chords to that? Yeah, here you go. Thanks. Check out this, So it started off with me just putting out maybe 50 songs off the top of my head that I know how to play to help, share in this pool. And then 50 turned to 100, 100 turned to 200, 200 turned to 2,000, 4,000. And throughout that time, people were asking me, could you teach us how to play? I said, well, I'm not a teacher, but, I'll do my best to put something together that's coherent, because that was my biggest problem when I was trying to learn how to play the guitar. The stuff that people were teaching me made no sense to me. So I eventually found someone from the Conservatory of Music, and he taught me how to play. That first day, he kicked the door down for me and said, boom, here you go. Here's all that information. It made sense to me. So the only thing I had to do at that point was just apply it, because this gentleman had taught world-class musicians, so I was in the right place at the right time, because prior to that I went to several other people and they taught me something that made no sense. They hand-fed me stuff that I would never use. This is how to play Mary Had a Little Lamb. Here's the easy songbook. Play out of that first. That's a waste of time, because it's not that difficult to play the stuff off the record, like the record, in the key of the record. Because when I learned back in the day, we put on a record, the daddy said, take your ass upstairs and practice, and listen to the record, listen to it. You make a reference, you play what you hear, but you can't do that if you got an easy songbook. So right out the gate, that stuff wasn't making any sense to me. So, again, with the encouragement of my viewers, they said, please put something together for us, because I think you can do it, and I took 6 months and I put something together, and I was proud of what I had did, the program that I put together, and it has helped quite a few people. So today I'm going to make a special offer, because normally it's $40 and it's worth much more than that. And lately I've had the quarantine specials where it's $25. Now for the next 2 days, $15 for all modules from start to finish. This will hold you for years. It's not just a few things I teach you and then you need more stuff. If you study this, you become a good musician, because this is the program I'm giving you is basically what I was given, with some extra stuff that I put in that I thought was going to be helpful. And this particular program, or should I say special offer, I thought about, said, I want to try to help. It's like a twofold thing. I want to help you guys, and then I want to help a cause, because every few months I donate to a few causes. Cancer Association, also St. Jude's Hospital, which is today the focus, Shriners, because like I said, the program is only $15 for the next 2 days, and the proceeds of these offers or sales will go straight to St. Jude's. Because I believe in giving back. As you get older, you realize and you become aware of all these things that needs to be helped and fixed. There's nothing more dearing to me than a child. And then what's more stress to me is a child in need, or a child that has medical issues. At some point in time, if we're here on this planet long enough, our health starts to fail and we leave here. Okay, that's the normal progression of life. But when you 6 months old and you got cancer, right into coming into this thing called life, you dealing with some major issues. Just like your childhood should be filled with great memories, cotton candy, TV shows, cartoons, going to the park with your family, as opposed to 6 months into being on this planet, you got tubes up your nose. They don't know if you're going to make it, So I do my best to try to do my best. And I thought this would be a great idea. I can help you guys learn how to play the guitar, and then I can help a cause. Because like I said, I donate to these particular organizations on a regular basis. And yesterday I posted a video called "Why is the new generation of musicians worse than the prior generation?" And I got quite a few comments, and I I guess, explanations that were just really kind of sad, because two of those basically was like, well, we just can't afford it, or you know, the cost of living is high. Cost of living has always been high. It's all, inflation is always going up, you know. And basically it was excuses. It's like, okay, stop making excuses. For those people that send me those comments, I hope you're watching this video. $15, I will give you a wealth of information to get started, you know. So there's no excuse that I can't afford lessons, or guitars, real instruments cost too much, because I got this particular guitar in my hand for a reason. And I've done a couple of videos or covers lately with this guitar. I paid $40 for this guitar, okay? So if there's a will, there's a way. You can find some very quality instruments if that's your complaint, that they cost too much and I just don't make enough to buy one. You know, a lot of the greats in the 30s and 40s built guitars from shit around the house. They put a broomstick and rubber bands across. I think Bootsy Collins said this first guitar he made, he put rubber bands on a broom or something like that. It's like, you know, if you want to get there, you'll find a way to get there. You know, so I'm going to try to help you guys get there, because it's a damn art to play an instrument for young black guys, okay? I'm just going to put it out there. Young white guys are still doing what their dads were doing and their dads were doing back in the 50s and the 60s. They played instruments. They learned the instrument. They learned theory. You know, they're black counterparts, and I'm not trying to give you guys a hard time, but I'm giving you the real. You just want to make beats and to sample and steal stuff off other people's records and call it your composition. It's bullshit. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but learn how to play this too, okay? Because if you learn how to play this, you can make better beats, because you got an understanding of rhythm. I was one of the baddest drum programmers in the south side of Chicago in the early 90s. Everybody came to me to hook up rhythm tracks. You know, I was good. Why I was good at it? Because I could play guitar. I played bass. I played sax. I played a little keyboard. I played a little drum. So I had an idea of how to do this and still love. I know nothing about music. I'm just gonna start hitting pads. It does sound good, but you got to be able to put together something that's coherent and falls within the realm of music theory. You know, and that's a concept that most young guys don't know. And it's like, I'm not trashing you guys. What I'm saying is, do a little more than just this. Because again, if you get a young white guy right now that's musically inclined and match him up with a young black dude, and not all, because there are quite a few young black guys that took the traditional route and they can play, you know. But now it's just, I'm just making beats, and I'm stealing bits of songs off of old songs, putting in my beats, you know. Learn how to play an instrument. Don't let this be a dying you know, a dying trade or tradition in R&B music, black music. Because again, I made the comparison yesterday. In the 60s, when rock music was evolving and becoming rock music, there were rock drummers, there was a bass player, lead guitar player, sometimes a rhythm guitar player, and a guy that can sing his ass off. Back in the 60s, fast forward to 2020, same thing. They still got their drummer, still got their bass player, still got their guitar player, still got their singer. R&B music at the same time in the 60s, same thing, instruments. Now you go 2020, the drummer's been replaced with a drum machine. There's no more bass players, it's sample bass lines or synth basses, and ain't nothing wrong with synth bass. I love synth bass songs. There's no guitars, or if they are, there's samples from songs, or you know, somebody did a little MIDI pack and you just took a guitar riff off there and pasted it in your song and looping it throughout your song. You know, don't let your art die, you know? Don't let your art die. Because there's nothing wrong with the new stuff. It'd be great in a perfect world to incorporate the new stuff with the old stuff. Okay, I like a drum machine. I like a drum machine. But I'm going to put real guitars on top of that drum machine, or real bass line, or real keyboard parts. You know, so yesterday, like I said, when I posted that video, I got a lot of comments from young people that ain't been there, haven't done that yet. And they were giving their reasons and excuses why, you know, it is what it is. Well, we just can't afford it. Stop making excuses. You know, what about the guys in the 20s during the Great Depression? They had guitars. They had horns. You know, they figured out a way to get there. You know, so today I thought I would, you know, extend my offer to help you guys, because I'm tired of people begging for tabs. Tabs is a poor man cheat sheet. You're not going to learn to be a good musician because somebody told you, put your finger there, then put it over here, then put it over there, put it over there. You don't know why you're moving your fingers around there. You don't know where you at. You don't know what notes you playing. You know what chord you're in. You know, so you don't want to go that route. You know, stop trying to teach yourself something you don't know how to teach yourself, you know. That's like a brain surgeon say, I'm just going to figure this out. If I'm going to put the dude across the table, give him anesthesia and cut his head open and start going for it. Maybe I get lucky and fix him, you know. And I know that's an over-exaggerated example. But, you know, again, it's not hard to do this. It's not, you know. I can snatch 2 people off the street right now, and if they committed to 6 months of me training them, they both be able to play within 6 months. I'm not saying play like me now because it took me years to play like me now, but they will learn, you know. So again, after posting that video, I was like, man, I really got to try to help you guys because, again, I get tired of people. Could you show me the tabs to that? Show me where your fingers are. You know, because it don't have to be that way. Real simple. Take the course. You know, it's 7 modules. I put so much stuff in there that it's not even funny because a lot of things that traditional teachers would teach you, there's some things within that circle. I'm like, don't even focus on that. And one of them is, well, since you knew, we're going to just start you off with an easy songbook. The problem with the easy songbook is in the different key of the song. And your songs, when you listen to them, is a reference of how to play it. So if you're playing in a different key, you can't use this tool. And that's one of the most valuable tools that we had growing up back in the day. The record. Listen to the record. Keep playing the record. Try to come close to the record. Eventually, you'll figure out what the guy's doing on the record. But again, if you're playing in 2 different keys, you can't do that. So that whole concept of easy songbook was some bullshit. And I'm like, you know what? This is some bullshit. You know, you're not helping me. All you're doing is taking $10 an hour out of my pocket and you ain't helping me. And it's not that they deliberately trying to fool you and trip you up. They were taught that way. They were taught to cheat you that way. And I'm like, this makes no sense to me. You know, and that's one of my biggest things. Things have to make sense. But just because they don't make sense don't mean that they're not true or they're not real. But, you know, I'm like saying to myself, there's got to be a better way. You know, cut through the fluff and just give me what I need right out the gate to start playing the stuff that I want to play, because that's the first thing most of us do when we want to learn how to play an instrument. We go to our instructor and say, I want to learn how to play that kind of stuff. That's fine, but it's going to take you about a year. No, it won't. You know, so a whole year he feeding you some stuff you never use and you paying this dude, you know. And I'm like, that's not cool. You know, so I decided to put something together where it's like, it's going to be none of that stuff you don't need. It's going to be everything you need, and that's it. And then some more. Because one thing that I touch on in my lesson that no one has ever touched on for me as I was learning, how important structure of song is. To me, it's more important than theory. Now, I know I get a lot of debates when I make that statement, but I'm like, here's proof of my statement. I've done over 4,000 guitar covers and thousands of bass covers. I've never ever had to apply theory to play any of those thousands of songs. But just about 100% of those songs, I've had to apply song structure. I had to know where I was at in the song, how to break the song down and dissect it to say, okay, this song ain't difficult, it's just 2 parts. This is the first part, this is the second part. And you also got to know and have a good feel for measure and time it. You know, how many bars and all that kind of stuff. Because I remember when I first started to learn how to play and playing in my buddy's basement, and the first song that we played in the band was I think the Curtis Blow Christmas Rapper. And we sit here counting. 1, 2. It's like this disrupting, and you're taking a part of your focus away from the music by sitting here counting. You know, but once you learn, you know, a little theory and things that I teach you, you feel when it's coming. You know when it's coming, because most songs I kind of wrote in a certain format. So it's not like each particular song you hear have a different structure and different format, with the exception of Al Green songs, because Al Green songs is all over the place, and Al Green have actually created his own song structure. So it's difficult getting through his stuff because you don't know what's coming next, because you're like, normally right after your verse, here comes the pre-chorus or the hook. With Al Green song, it's a whole nother part coming in that you can't even categorize as a B section or chorus or anything. You know, but with the exception of Al Green, the majority of everybody write on a kind of a universal format. And once you start to take this course, you start to feel that, because I dedicate a whole entire module on that particular topic. I talk about stuff like also don't get roughed off buying a guitar. This guitar cost me $40 and it played just as well as my American made Strat that I paid several $100s for, okay? So don't get caught up in that marketing thing that because you got a $70 guitar, it ain't up to par. Because you make the guitar. The guitar doesn't make you, okay? It's not the wand, it's the wizard. You know, and I know sometimes we overcompensate for our lack of skills by buying expensive guitars, you know? And I think most of us go through that. I went through that when I first started to learn how to play. I'm like, I need another guitar. No, you need to learn how to play the guitar you got in your hand, you know? So what you get is the modules, and you get this PDF chord chart. This is this here is what broke down the door for me. When my instructor gave me this, I'm gonna tell you how powerful this is. I need to put my guitar down. My instructor gave me like 3 pages of this, and these are inversions of chords that I needed to learn. Guess what? All those songs that you see me play on my channel, I only use these 2. I've never used the 3rd one, and I never used the other 3 pages because these 2 enough will cover that much ground, you know? Now, if I'm doing hardcore jazz, it would have been a good idea to start working on open face chords, but I'm like, I gravitated towards bar chords because they're easy to play and they fill up your sound, you know, and the majority of my playing is based on bar chords. You know, I do some open face stuff when it comes to it, but for the most part, the majority of the songs that I play, bar chords. It's not that difficult. You just need to know what you need to know, what to practice on, and what to do. Instead of you're new to this, you don't want to pay anybody because you think your music, it costs too much for you. Maybe they do. You know, you're not going to get an argument out of me when it comes to that because most things are expensive, you know, but they are what they are. So either embarking on it or you just pass it on. You know, you walk past it. It's like, well, that's just too much for me. It depends on how serious you are, you know, and it's a good feeling when you get to the point where you can play anything. I never thought I was going to get to that point when I was younger, but now I've gotten to that point years ago, and it's a good feeling to just sit down and just play, serenade your woman, entertain the audience, you know, play a lot of heartfelt songs that you remember playing or listen to when you were growing up as a kid. Now you can play those songs as well as the guy on the record. You know, there's no better feeling to me than that. You know, where it's up there with other few personal things, but that's a great feeling, and you can get there. It's not that difficult, and I can help get you started to get there instead of, again, sitting on the internet begging for tabs, crying about why you can't see and the angle ain't right and all that. You know, stop begging, start learning. Just that simple. Stop begging, start learning. And for $15 for the next 2 days, you can't pass this up. You know, there's no reason, no excuse. Oh, it's too much and I can't find nobody to teach me. I've been playing since I was, 13, professional in my early 20s. I played on shitloads of records. I've done shitloads of studio work, produced a lot of artists, written songs, drum program. I love drum programs. Matter of fact, I should show you some of my drums, but anyway, you can do this. You know, quit making excuses that you can't do this or it costs too much and you can't find anybody and you're just going to take the poor cheap route and watch 50 different dudes show you 50 different ways to play the guitar, and you get confused because no 2 guitar players approach the guitar the same, or keyboards or drums or sax. Everybody has their own approach to it, and you found the right person for your personal needs. Because when I first started to learn, I was being taught stuff that I would never use, don't want to use. This ain't my style of playing. This is not what I want to do. Thank you. Let me keep moving. Like I told you, conservatory music, I found the guy. He's like, I can show you. I can teach you. And when he showed me what he showed me, I'm like, yeah, thank you. Finally, I found the right guy, you know? So again, you get the chart. You get the modules for only $15. My PayPal information is right down here. Once you submit your $15, you get a download, because I used to send these in DVD long before I knew how to send it in download. So you get it today. You pay today, you get it today. You get started today. You don't have to sit around and wait for, you know, a DVD to show up in a month. This is actually really good for you overseas seers, because I've had people that have purchased the program years ago and I had to ship them all a DVD that took a month to get there. You know, if you live in the UK, you get it today. You know, you live in China, you get it today. You know, you live in Brazil, you get it today. You know, and like I said, this is a good offer because not only am I helping you guys, the donation or the price for the program or the proceeds will go towards a great cause, helping other people. You know, because I'm at the stage in my life, I'm trying to help. I mean, throughout my life, I've been trying to help. But I'm like, now I got time, I'm retired. I just want to help. I want to be able to have somebody say, man, 20 years ago, a dude that used to be on YouTube or when the internet was around, his name was Morris, man, he taught me how to play. Thank you. He's long gone, but his memory lives on through me because he shared information. He was not selfish. You know, I posted over 4,000 videos absolutely free. That's a lot of time, free time that I put in this to help you guys. You know, I'm here to help. I'm not here just to show you I can play and all that. Every time you see a video, it's a video to show you how to play these songs, with the exception of the play-alongs, because technically it's difficult to put that tabulation across the screen, you know, from song to song. But for the most part, the guitar lessons, the bass lessons, it's just to help you guys learn these songs. And not to be mistaken with, I'm trying to teach you how to play your guitar in the song. No, I'm not. If you don't know how to play your guitar, you start here. You know, because again, when you don't know what you don't know, you somewhere where you shouldn't be, and you're not where you need to be. You know, because again, I got a lot of people that's trying to do this themselves. Could you show me the notes in this chord? I need to show you how to play your guitar first. You know, and then we can play that. Because there's no better feeling, again, like I said, that you pick up a songbook, and this is a rare one, Casey and JoJo, love those guys. Open up the book, see one of your favorite songs, and you can start playing it instead of trying to figure it out, you know? You can get there, and I can help you get there because I've been where you at, you know? I've been where you at. I remember when I first started playing, I used to sit on my porch, and I'm stumbling over stuff trying to figure it out, and people laughing at me. He don't know how to play. A year later, the people's like, dude, that dude can play now, you know? And it's like, hey, I was serious about it. You know, I didn't pick up a guitar to be laughed at. You know, I'm not trying to be a comedian with the guitar. It's like, yeah, that's that comedian that get on stage and he can't play and everybody laughing. It's like, no, I'm trying to play like them guys that were my heroes growing up. You know, so again, if you're serious, today is the day. There's no reason, no excuse that you can't get started. You know, $50 an hour, I can't afford that. Maybe you can't, but you can't afford $15. You know, so let's do this instead of making excuses. Till next time, take care. Let me just say this. I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to help, you know, because we sit around sometimes, some of my friends, and we talk about parenting and things of that nature, and we see how this, and I won't say it's new, it's just more so now than before. And sorry for digressing, because I just got to say this. When it comes to parenting, everybody's approach might be a little bit different, but overall it should be the same. You want to teach your kids, you want to love them, you want to protect them, and you want to respect them, and you want them to respect you. Because now we see this new age of, I'm trying to be my daughter's friend. That's bullshit. Your daughter got friends. They 15 years old. You 35, 40 years old. So you need to be the parent you need to be, instead of swapping out places with friends and not being a parent. Because I guarantee you, being a parent, if you are not one now, I guarantee you 100% at some point in time, raising your kids, they're not going to like what you told them to do. You're going to become the enemy. That is the norm. It might not seem like it, but that's the norm. Because they don't know any better. And it's up to you to enforce what's best and what's right. You know, because I give you just an example from my own personal situation with my daughter. She was expecting a $500 phone. I'm like, oh, no, you're not. You're not getting a $500 phone. You're getting a phone that's going to be able to work, and we could take the rest of that money, $400 of the $5, and put it in a bank account for you to save it, because that's not necessary. You know, everybody else got one. Everybody else been sucking in by the marketing, okay? You're not going to be sucking in, especially sucking in with my money, you know? And you have those types of conversations with your kids, and you're supposed to. That's the norm. Instead of you all like a friend to them, instead of being the enforcer and the protector, you think that they're going to love you more because, you know, you're trying to be their friend. Stop being a friend and start being their parent, because that's what they need. They got a ton of friends, and they're the same age as they are, you know. But I'm going to sign off now. Till next time, take care. But again, for the next 2 days, $15. PayPal information right there. I'll send you the modules. Please save them to your PC as soon as you get them. Same day. And you get the PDF file. And you can get started. You know, it's not that difficult. You know, trust me. Been there, done that. I'm here now at this stage of playing. You can get here too. You know, you can get here too. But you're not going to get here sitting on the internet just watching Morris Man and other dudes' fingers that have been playing for years and took formal lessons. It's not going to happen. And I have to say that in every video like this because I want people to really understand, these young folks. Do it and do it right. That other way, begging for tabs and finger placements, it's wrong. It's not going to help you. You're not going to be a good musician. You're just going to be a dabbler all your life with your instrument, and you don't want that. Even if you're not trying to do this on a professional level or really play and be serious, at least sit at home and know what you're doing. Know what you're able to do, and you can play. You can read songbooks, even if it's just for your personal enjoyment or your family. You know, do it and do it right. You can do it today.